So I animated 5 horses in 1 hour versus 100 hours.
Blinds pulled tight, but the light's still creeping.
So as you can see, I got my character sheet right here, got my tablet right here, and I'm ready to draw.
Silent storms where our pulses meet.
I'm gonna do fabric film time. It's literally the simplest thing I can do. Oh my god, bro.
Shadows dance where the dreams collide. Echoes reveal truths we can't hide. Fingers spill lines painting on your skin. World outside fades where love begins.
What now?
And here goes the 1 hour animation with compositing. Honestly, I couldn't add any sound because I ran out of time trying to do all the animation, and the 1 hour went by so fast. So I needed to make the storyboard, which is super important to make everything in the animation seem seamless and flow super smooth. The scene starts off with Cena flying in the air, really mad at Arthur. He tries to attack at full speed, but then Arthur blocks it. Now let's get started with the 100-hour animation. I had my storyboard right next to me so I can just flip back to see what is going on in the cut. I take heavy inspiration by Yutaka Nakamura, probably the best animator in the industry right now, maybe ever, because his animations are just out of this world. He comes up with technique after technique that is incredible. He probably worked on some of your favorite animes like One Piece and My Hero Academia and more. Anyway, I started heavily relying on this 3D model because these poses were super hard to get. I added an impact frame to add more depth, and it made the overall animation look way better. So I add a folder, then add a layer inside that folder, then I do the sketch, and then I do the same thing over and over again for the entire animation. And then after the sketch is done, I do the tie down. I add another layer in that for the tie down, and then I take all the layers in that, put it in another folder, lower the opacity in the sketch and tie down, and then I do the line art in there. Honestly, I really like how these flames look, and it looked so abstract in the end. I just really like the technique I used for that, and I'm going to use it for the flames I make from now on. So I started with the coloring. The coloring was relatively simple. I just added another layer in my folder, and then I started to color. It was super fast, and it just was a nice therapeutic moment in that day for me. I noticed that there was some pink in the fire, and I think that looked beautiful, so I added that in my own animation. Halfway through coloring the fire, I thought that I needed more colors on the fire palette, and I just started adding random warm colors and some cool colors, and I just started picking them randomly. It looked so good. I honestly am going to keep using this technique, and the amount of techniques I've made up in this video and I've used is more than ever. I've ever used. And here goes the animation for cut 1. So for cut 2, I wanted Arthur to be looking straight at Shinra. But you're not going to be able to see Shinra because he's in front of Arthur. So it's just going to be blank face. And then he's going to pull out his sword. It's basically a lightsaber. So I'm going to call it a lightsaber. And because I forgot its name, write it down in the comments. But that's all this cut is.
Every breath tingles soft in the sheets. Silent storms where our
The hair was super hard to get. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. It was super hard to get. Yeah.
fingers trace secrets hanging in
So I separated Arthur and the sword into different folders, as you can see on the right of my screen.
Let's get lost like the sunrise isn't
All I did was animate Arthur's hair waving, which was really fun. There's really nothing special about this cut other than I separated everything into 2 different folders. But I really like how it turned out. And in the compositing phase, the sword looked super cool.
soft whispers twisting velvet blue. Gravity trembles whenever you're near. You're the only sound my soul hears.
The coloring was really hard because there's just so many components on his face. It just took a very long time.
Time stops ticking when I'm drowning in you. Let's get lost like the sunrise isn't true.
I added a little glow to his sword, which added a little more pizzazz to the whole animation.
Let's fade together like tides in the sea.
Luckily for this animation, I only have to do one background because Shinra's was animated, and I did that in Clip Studio Paint, which was super fun to do because I'd never done that, I don't think. I went for a more Mob Psycho type theme for the background because it's relatively simple and sketchy for those types of backgrounds. And honestly, it was super easy to draw, and I kind of liked drawing backgrounds for the first time in my life. And without further ado, with all the compositing and all the rough areas in this animation, this is the final animation.